One of the most important things that Queen Victoria did during her reign is that she turned Buckingham Palace into one of the most glittering courts of all of Europe. The highlight of this year's summer exhibition is the ballroom, where we have recreated the original ball that Queen Victoria and Prince Albert gave in 1856. And what's so exciting is that not only can you see the walls and the ceilings as they once were, but also we have a Pepper's Ghost effect, which is a kind of 3D hologram of 8 dancers dancing the original quadrille that opened the ball. So we're here in the state dining room. Queen Victoria did love food, she loved very fine food, and the Victorians really knew how to create desserts. They are famous for their incredible architectural designs. And what we have here on our dining room table is the Minton service, which was created especially for Queen Victoria. She saw it in 1851 and commissioned these beautiful blue and pink plates with their rosebuds.
Great, thank you. She was the first British monarch not only to occupy Buckingham Palace as a royal residence, but also to leave from Buckingham Palace for her coronation. And this golden vestment was one of the kind of sacred garments that she put on in Westminster Abbey, and she was wearing this when she was officially crowned as Queen in 1838. It's called the Plantagenet ball because it was all based around the 14th century. And the painting we have here shows Queen Victoria and Prince Albert actually dressed for that ball. They've come as Edward III and Queen Philippa, who are important because they were famous for being sort of chivalric and sort of having this very keen sense of family and of duty. And these were sort of people that Queen Victoria was therefore looking to, and very importantly sort of made her appearance as in 1842. And the final ball was called the Stuart ball, and it was all designed around the Restoration court, so you had to come dressed as someone who might be at the court of Charles II. And what we have is this amazing survival, which is this dress that Queen Victoria actually wore to that ball. And it's fantastic because it combines the sort of shape that was fashionable during the Victorian period, but all the details are 17th century. So the lace has been meticulously copied from the 17th century Venetian lace to be in keeping with the theme of the ball. It was her way of showing affection. So she was slightly deprived of love when she was growing up, and her mother sort of tried her best, but was trying very much to protect Victoria. So when she became a mother, she was really keen to give her children the kind of childhood that Victoria herself had not experienced. But she shows this through these items and keeping and commissioning souvenirs. So these wonderful marble arms, which have been beautifully carved to kind of keep these keepsakes of these childhood folds and these sort of fleeting, soft, fleshy bits. And also keeping their teeth and commissioning a special casket so that she could preserve their teeth in little compartments. So I think, yes, it's sort of her way of showing affection for her children.
So, for example, because of Queen Victoria, we have the balcony appearances, which was able to ensure Queen Victoria was able to unite this country because everybody could buy into shared values about family, about children, parenting.
Rather wonderful. It's a souvenir album of the ball, which is trying to recreate Stuart, sort of colours, which you can see here. So just the atmosphere of the Victorian court. Lifting.
It's very fancy.
Master that who was brought in, who taught these dances the steps, and then we filmed it in
The porcelain, yes.
So what's quite remarkable is Queen Victoria was only 18 when she arrived at Buckingham Palace, and she decided to move here only 3 weeks after her accession, mainly because of the sort of constrictions that she felt were present at Kensington Palace, which was her childhood home, and the sort of restrictive influence of her mother and Sir John Conroy, who was her mother's advisor. And when she moved here, what's remarkable is that Buckingham Palace was still incomplete. So although it had been through this sort of 2 decades worth of remodelling and redevelopment, neither George IV nor William IV had actually completed the work.
What makes Queen Victoria different from other monarchs is that when she began her transformation of Buckingham Palace, she realised that it couldn't just be a public place. It also needed to be a family house. It needed to have private quarters. And so the East Wing, which is the wing that the public sees, was actually where her enormous family of 9 children were housed. And it's a lovely idea to think that during the 19th century, when the public was looking in at the windows, it was her children who were looking out at the public.
Necesito 2 más intentos y saldrá. Y acá, encontrando